All right, people. So the big news is that Trump fired James Comey, which is long past due. I mean, he should have done it on day one, but it's great that he did it now. So many Democrats are accusing him of, cover up and shit like that. They're still pushing this whole Russia bullshit narrative, that Trump was in collusion with Russia. I mean, it's totally ridiculous because there's just no proof to back it up. And I mean, the best thing they got is, oh my God, Trump talked to Russians or he has businesses in Russia. It's almost like, Sean Spicer made a joke that, if Trump uses Russian salad dressing, that's like evidence of Russian collusion. I mean, it's just because you talk to somebody, does not mean you are in collusion with them. I mean, it's just totally ridiculous. They're just trying to just get anything to accuse Trump of. So the Democrats are complaining, and some Republicans are even complaining too, that the timing of this is weird, and like I said, this is evidence of a cover-up. When again, there is just no evidence. I mean, of all things to attack Trump on. I mean, I have plenty. I mean, the Syria strike was probably a big mistake. I mean, you could, him saying to arrest Assange is a big mistake. I mean, of all the things to attack Trump on, they pick something with no evidence, with zero evidence. So it's ridiculous. And then they say, oh, the timing of this is all these Democrats were saying fire Comey. They were talking about how bad Comey was, before the election. I mean, because he in a way, he did, probably cost Hillary the election. It definitely caused a lot of people not to vote for Hillary, which could have cost her the election. But at the same time, he also saved Hillary Clinton's ass by not deciding to prosecute her. So, I mean, it's kind of confusing what he did. I mean, it's almost like, on one end, he was in the establishment's pocket, saving Hillary's ass. But I think that, I don't know. It's kind of confusing what he did, saying that he wasn't going to prosecute her, but then reopening the investigation and then closing it again. Just some crazy fucking shit right there. Who knows what the fuck happened with that? I mean, did lower levels of the FBI force him to open the investigation because they were going to, come out and whistleblow? I don't know. But in these Democrats, why weren't they calling for the firing of James Comey, right from January 20th? Because there was not a big call for James Comey to be fired. I mean, I didn't hear any Democrats saying Comey should be fired. So now why are Democrats attacking Trump and saying, the timing of this is off? I mean, I'm glad that he's fired. People should be glad that he's fired because just about every Democrat is blaming him for the loss of the election. So why aren't they happy? I mean, it's total hypocrisy, from the Democrats here to on one end to say, oh, he's bad, he cost Hillary the election, he's incompetent, but then they're accusing Trump of a cover up here. Well, I mean, shouldn't you be glad he's gone? So. But yes, he should have, gotten rid of Comey on day one. But, I guess he, tried to give him a chance or something like that. And I heard something that he just appointed some deputy to the whatever who's supposed to overlook the FBI. And that guy just got approved like 15 days ago by the Senate. And he's supposed to overlook the FBI. And he was the one who recommended the firing. So, I mean, that could be a reason why he didn't fire him until now. So I'm very glad he got rid of Comey. That's what I like to call him, James Comey, because he is a terrible FBI director in the pocket of the Clintons. Like on one end, like I said, on one end you could say, he bailed the Clintons out because, he didn't recommend firing, even though there was much evidence to prove that. But on the other end, you could say that he also, hurt Hillary because, opening the investigation on, 9 days before the election again. I mean, and then closing it 2 days before. I mean, definitely some funny business going on there. Coincidence? I think not. But I mean, I'm just so sick of the Democrats. I mean, they gotta, everything Trump does, they can't just give him credit. Like with Bernie Sanders, I don't accuse him of being in the pocket of big business because he's not. I don't accuse him of being a Russian agent. I give him credit when he comes out and says, stop the wars, and he blasts the trade deals. I mean, there are many issues that I agree with Bernie Sanders on. However, he is a socialist, borderline communist, calling for a $15 minimum wage. I mean, $15 minimum wage. How the fuck are small businesses? I mean, small businesses can hardly survive now with all the regulations and all the taxes they have to pay as it is. How are they going to survive paying their workers, an extra $5 an hour or more in many cases, by minimum wage? I mean, totally ridiculous to suggest that, people who are, going into jobs that everybody could do, forcing businesses to have to pay. I mean, that's just going to kill small businesses. I mean, just destroy them if you did that. I mean, that is just ridiculous. But however, I do give Bernie credit on some issues. Democrats, however, they don't, they play politics. Everything Trump does is a cover-up or a conspiracy. It's funny they call people like myself a conspiracy theorist, but however, they're the real conspiracy theorist. Again, accusing Trump of being in the pocket of Vladimir Putin, because there's just no evidence to back that up at all. Just zero evidence. I mean, I'm just so sick of hearing it, and it really discredits the Democrats are so stupid. I mean, who the fuck really believes this shit? It's just playing politics. It's playing partisan politics. Again, get a real issue to attack Trump on. I mean, they are just so shitty at attacking Trump. I mean, you figure all the time they attack him, they could actually get an attack right. But I'm just it's just he swears, his language is bad. Oh my God, he's in the pocket of the Russians. Blah 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 blah. All this bullshit, which isn't true when there's no evidence to back it up. And they say that Russia interfered in the election, which I mean I haven't really seen any evidence of that. And even if they did interfere in the election, they could have helped Hillary. And just because you say the Russians interfered in the election, I mean that just doesn't mean the Russian government. I mean there could be people inside the Russian government who support Clinton. I mean a government is very complex. There's many levels of it. Just like in our government, there's many Democrats and there's many Republicans. So. I mean, I'm glad Comey's gone. It's about fucking time. Definitely time to celebrate it. I mean, Democrats should be celebrating this too, because I mean they were pissed off at Comey for for supposedly costing Hillary the election. So there you go, people. That's all I gotta say about that. Good riddance. Comey's gone. Well, let's get somebody like David Clark in there to run the FBI and prosecute Hillary Clinton. Because I believe that's something that Comey would not do under a Trump administration, is prosecute Hillary. I mean, she needs to do her justice. I mean, she sent fucking classified info on a Gmail account. I mean, something that was worse than a Gmail account. I mean, worse security than a Gmail account. I mean, she had her own fucking personal servers in her home. I mean, that is just criminal. And then she just acid washed them. Acid wash emails so nobody could find them, nobody could see what's in them. Just criminal, just fucking. I mean, how easy it was to hack them. I mean, it's just like you could go onto my phone and hack my emails. If any hacker could, if they wanted to. I mean, that's why you have a State Department email account under under great security, and obviously the government has greater protection against cyber attacks than my own house here, or my own computer or my own phone, and that's why you use a State Department email. So Hillary needs to be convicted of her crimes. She needs a fair trial, and we need to put an FBI director in there who will do that. So that's all I got to say about that, people. So there you go.